All right. And so, after a brief hiatus
Yes,
of a
we
couple
are back.
weeks, I guess, at this point. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're back.
we're back and we're playing. This is Scarlet Tower,
Yes, that is correct.
which is a Vampire Survivors clone. And Vampire Survivors, pretty good game. Played a lot of it on Game Pass. I still would like to play more. Never, didn't get all the achievements, but got a lot of them. And I really like it. Very simple. You just use one analog stick, constantly leveling up. So you feel a great sense of progression.
Yeah, I just
And we are from MyGamer.com, by the way. Go check us out. Put us in your favorites. We're covering the games that nobody else is covering, like kind of this one here with many, many others. You can follow me on Twitter at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ. And maybe by the time you're watching this, we might actually have a brand new website. We're actually working hard behind the scenes. We haven't really posted a whole lot in the last, week or so because we were just kind of prepping the back end of our site to make it stable and to transfer over all the old content. And man, we have tens of thousands of articles that we've posted over the last 2 decades. And transferring all that over is a tremendous task to make sure it still looks right. And we got review scores still posted. So check us out. We might have a brand new website by the time you're watching the stream here. So mygamer.com.
so it's been a while since you were around to chat with us. So, what have you been playing?
Yeah, so I actually took a vacation for a week out of the country. And then so when you fly out of the country, you got to take a long plane ride. So I brought my original DS Lite and I was like, I want to go back and play my save file of Chrono Trigger. And it was a game that I was playing, slowly, an hour here, an hour there, years ago. And then I booted it up and I was like, one, I don't really remember where I was going or what I was supposed to do, but I kind of figured it out after a while. And I was playing this game and I was like, man, I still really like Chrono Trigger. It holds up well. I think it's a speedy RPG. Like it's not like you could beat the game 20, 25 hours. It's not this
And even less
massive.
once you know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. First playthrough, you're looking at 20, hours ish, give or take. And then if after that, because you're leveled up, I mean, depending on the endings you want to get, you can get an ending in 20 minutes. You can get another ending in another 5 hours. Just really depends on how much you want to put into it. But yeah, I'm playing this game, the DS version. I played this. I got every single ending on the Super Nintendo version when that first came out. And then just, started playing the DS version. I'm like, man, I still really like this game. It really holds up well. Never played through the DS release, but I like the DS release because the bottom screen, you get all your information there. Like you get a map and it's just kind of easier to use, a little more intuitive, a little faster, all the equipment stuff. But yeah, really like Chrono Trigger, especially the DS version. What about
Yeah.
you? Have you been playing anything besides Vampire Survivors clones recently?
No. There's a free game that came out that's called Hollow Cure that I think in the last 2 weeks I've put like over 60 hours into.
Holy cow, yeah.
Yeah. And the reason we're not playing that tonight is I need to play something else.
Yes. I
Um,
know how that goes.
yeah, I've played a little bit of Sea of Stars as well, the new
Yeah.
uh,
Yep.
yep game that's coming out on. It's out on everything. We decided earlier.
Yeah, it
Um,
just came out like yesterday. Yeah, I really want to play it. It's on Xbox Game Pass. I downloaded it yesterday at the time of the stream, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So, yeah, it's definitely in my queue. Definitely want to check it out because, like, it's like I said, here's Chrono Trigger. A 16-bit RPG. Here's a game kind of made in that style. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
it's mechanically it does feel a little like Chrono Trigger,
Yeah,
which is high praise.
high praise, and I like the pixel art. Nice quality pixel art game.
Crisp, good
Yes,
animations. Yeah,
yes, that's exactly what I like. What I'm looking for. And that was made by the same developer that made The Messenger. Did you play
correct.
them? Did you play The Messenger?
I have not. No.
So yeah, because that was on Game Pass a year or two ago, and I played through it. One, that game was really hard. It was well made, fantastic. Again, that awesome 8-bit and 16-bit sprite-based graphics. Very well done. And I really liked that game. I thought it was maybe a bit too hard. Like it didn't need to be that hard. But I beat it, and I even beat some. There was like DLC, I think, for it, or like extra missions you unlock once you beat the game, and I even beat a few of those. But yeah, I played the hell out of the Messenger, enjoyed it. So nice to see like this is their next game, that they probably been working on since the Messenger, which was again a couple years ago now. So yeah, excited to check it out.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's been a good experience. I've been enjoying it. I haven't been on uh I've been playing a lot of PC games, especially I
Hmm.
got the ROG Allies, so I've been playing a bunch of
Right.
stuff on that.
Hmm.
Um, as you would call most of it, the weird, obscure Japanese games that I play.
Yep. Well, you there. That's why you play them, because they're weird Japanese games that you can. Nobody else is making that stuff, so you got to get it where you can get it.
Yeah, it's either weird Japanese stuff or occasionally
Anime.
I'll go for like obscure Eastern European like sim games that they release every now and then.
Sure. We've streamed a few of those, I believe, on our channel here.
Yeah, it was a construction simulator.
Oh, so many simulators.
I miss them.
Oh well, they're not going. I just got emails for. I mean, I could check what bus simulator next stop school bus extension. Just got that email today, and all these other. I just sort of ignore them now because there's just so many simulator games.
Well, if you want to drive a school bus,
Apparently, there's a new Rhapsody game, which I didn't know was coming
there
out.
is not a new Rhapsody game. There
Experience
is
Rhapsody. Yeah,
they are never before in America released, but
yeah, okay.
they're re-releasing 2 and 3.
Two
One
and three.
one
Yeah.
did come over, but
Hmm. Yeah.
2 and 3 did not.
Yeah, one was so hard. That was like a crazy hard. Like I couldn't even beat the first stage.
Really,
Yeah.
was there like a weird timing element to it, or
No, it was I don't know why. But I remember playing this game and I was like, why is this game? And it's weird because it's this lighthearted anime wispy art style game that just absolutely destroys you. But yeah, I just remember the difficulty being ridiculously hard.
I remember I almost bought it a couple of times because one of the
Hmm.
GameStops I went to had that, um, and I was like huge. I was a huge Disgaea fan,
Yeah, and then
and I
they
was like,
remade it for the DS too. So there's a DS version that also got released here in the States. You can check. That's probably more easily accessible.
"Oh, is there? I didn't know there was a DS
Yeah,
version."
it was a uh, I guess you can call it like an enhanced port or something maybe of the original PlayStation version. But yeah,
Okay.
so check, yeah, so it, but yeah, and I remember I picked up that too because that was when GameStop really started like clearancing their DS games. I bought that for like $10. Uh, got a good deal on that. But yeah, also still, I remember it being more playable than the original PlayStation version, but still pretty hard game.
Oh yeah. Um. Yeah, and that already got released earlier this summer on Switch.
Mm.
Uh, and now they're releasing 1 and 2
Oh
as
yes, yes,
or
yes,
two. I'm
yes.
sorry, 2 and 3 as
Two
a
and
bundle.
three, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Mugen Souls Z is coming out in about a couple of weeks from the time of this stream, so we can check that out when the time comes.
Isn't East Asia Soft's doing that, not
Yep.
Nippon Ichi? Yeah, that's
East Asia Sub. Yeah, so I've been covering a ton. If you follow my streams and my reviews and a lot of my articles, like I'd say probably half of my articles are East Asia Soft games or Radalaka games. I still don't know how to say that, but yeah, huge fan of East Asia Soft. They release these like low cost, $5 games that are like really, really good and simple. I really like their whole
that's
approach.
one of the reasons I like East Asia Soft. I mean, aside from the fact that they release quality games, uh, they don't like. it's not super. None of their games are ever super expensive.
The
They're
only, yeah, the
always
only,
reasonably
th-
priced.
they're always $4.99. Most of them $4.99. Maybe you'll get like a $7.99 game. Mugen Souls will be a full. I think that's a $30 or $40 full kind of retail release. There is a physical version of it being made, but that's like the exception. But it's still a good game. But for the most part, yeah, they release these games. Let's just say well under $10, and they're like really good. you know,
Almost all of I don't even know if I can think off the top of
it,
my head like a
yeah, and they
bad.
release and they release a game, if not multiple games, every week. Like sometimes they release two games, sometimes two games a week. It's crazy. So they pump these things out, but yet their quality doesn't really diminish a whole lot,
Yeah, I was
which
just
is
gonna
which
say
is crazy.
I don't really know offhand a game of theirs that I'd say I didn't thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, check out mygamer.com and click on our reviews and just go back. Just click, just go hit the back button and check out our articles because most of the games are East Asia stuff, and I really like these. And or even if they're not that great, they're easy achievements, but there's still something cool about them. They're still only going to cost $5, easy trophies.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of my issue with the way Nipponichi has been releasing their quote unquote classics collection
Hmm.
is they a lot of those games that originally came out on PC, like say Disgaea 2 when they released that on PC,
Yeah.
those games are $10 now. And
Hmm.
they normally go on sale for like 6.
Yeah.
And they're releasing and just because they're re-releasing it and calling it part of the classics collection, they now want $20 for it.
Mm.
And it's just like, yeah, it's an old game, guys.
Yeah, and then if you give it more time, like you said, eventually it'll go on a huge Steam sale, and that's when you can get it for even cheaper. You got to be a little patient, but they, you know, you can only get Nippon Ichi games from Nippon Ichi. You know what I mean? Like they're the only ones releasing that kind of cool niche stuff.
Well,
You
Isha
know,
Asia soft.
and these days is off too, I guess. Sure.
Like, well, and that's the issue. One of my issues though is that like Nippon Ichi doesn't always like they're good. They're I nothing super against them, but they do censor their fucking releases.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know, man. Like your your bread and butter is fucking obscure Japanese RPGs. Maybe like people should just you should have known what you were getting into when you
yeah, yeah,
agreed to localize it. Like,
yeah.
yeah. All right. So is that all you've been playing recently?
Yeah. I really just want to go back now and finish Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I got all uh, the Guardians or whatever you want to call them. I got the four heroes, with me now. I got all the stamina gauge is full, and I just got the whole top row of heart containers now. So I feel like okay, I have quite a bit of stuff. Like there's still essentially almost half the game left of shrines to get, but I feel like okay, I'm gonna go get maybe one more heart containers worth, and then really kind of go and just to kind of get the ending because you can still play that game. I can still sink another 50 hours into that game, another 80 hours easy, if I really wanted to. But I'm just kind of at the point now where I want to just move on to like something else so I could focus on something else because it's a great, I have a lot of fun with it. Big game, huge game, well made. Just want to move on to something. I want to
Did
go
it
play
do the
Pikmin 4.
weird? Did it do the weird shrine thing that the uh, last one did? That there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 shrines.
Yes. So you have to beat four shrines to get equal one heart container or you can get a little bit of a stamina gauge up. But since I already got all the stamina, now I just heart containers are the only thing left. But yeah, it's still the same thing where there's 200 shrines or something like maybe more to get if you wanted to get all of them. So there's just so many shrines, and then let's not even talk about the Korok seeds because there's thousands of those or whatever. So there's still just so much game, tons of side quests and stuff like that. But I just want to move
Be
on with
done
my
with it.
life and,
Yeah,
and play something else.
yeah.
It's one of those games where it's like once you beat it, you could still go back and continue your save. Like you don't have to like start over if you want. You can replay everything that you already played. You can just keep building on it. So even if I go and beat it, then a year from now I might be like, you know what, I'm going to put 20 more hours into Zelda, and you can just kind of pick up where you left off and not really be lost a whole lot.
Mhm. Sounds good. So I, I think that's us for this week. Why don't you tell them where they can find you? Your Twitter,
Yeah. Yep.
your stream handle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So check me out at on Twitter, or it's called X now, at Zach Gaz,
Yeah, what's up with that,
ZACK.
by the way?
Yeah, I don't really like that name. It's just Twitter's just everybody still calls it Twitter. I don't really like calling it X. And they call it, instead of retweeting now, RT, now it's reposting, so kind of like they're changing the lingo now, which is just a little weird. Like it's the same thing, it's just different and weird now. It's not used to it. But anyway, at Zach Gaz on X/Twitter. And then, yeah, go check us out at mygamer.com. And like I said, we're working hard behind the scenes to build a brand new website to host all of our stuff. So it just kind of looks a little bit better. Nice to have a refresh once in a while, but it just takes some work. But yes, hopefully we get there. And then if you are viewing our site, yeah, there's probably going to be some bugs and some things, but we'll eventually get it all fixed. But yeah, check us out. And until next time, thank you for watching and game on.